I am at a loss for words, yet I have a million words to say. Attack on Titan is a story I hold close, one I am intimately engaged in. I could never do justice in words to describe how much this show means to me. Its world, its characters, music, storytelling, themes, and how it has been such a positive influence in my life. I remember being 15 when the show first came out and feeling the excitement each episode brought. The cliffhangers were intense and the mysteries surrounding the world and characters kept bringing me back for more. I remember going online and seeing all of the fan theories, memes, fan art, cosplays, and watching the parodies and abridged projects of Attack on Titan. It became a cultural phenomenon, an anime that people who had never seen an anime would watch. The cosplay community went wild in 2013, filling up every convention with their Attack on Titan cosplays. The second time I went to a Comic-Con, I did my first ever cosplay, which was Levi. I met other people cosplaying as characters from Titan. A memory ingrained in my mind from the con is when I ran into a girl cosplaying as Petra. Petra is the character who was on Levi's squad who was engaged to Levi. And she dropped down on one knee and presented a Haribo ring and asked me to marry her. Obviously, I said yes. I didn't get her number though. I have formed many friendships and relationships through a shared love of Attack on Titan. My entire friendship group at college began just because someone spotted me watching Attack on Titan clips on YouTube during break, came over and asked if I was into anime, and thus a friendship group was born. Attack on Titan is something I am always keen to share with friends and family who have not watched it. Attack on Titan came out at a time when anime rarely got more than one season. Anime like No Game No Life, High School of the Dead, Hyoka, Dead Man Wonderland, Watamote, and so many more are stuck with just one season. Those who were anime fans at the time will remember it became a joke in the anime community that our favourite shows would never get a second season. For a long time it looked that way for Attack on Titan. I had accepted that we may never get more, but I still longed for it. We got the occasional OVA, like No Regrets in this time period, which gave us hope. In this time frame, I picked up the manga of Attack on Titan. I discovered incredible things like the Beast Titan, who the armored and colossal titans are. Many secrets the anime had not yet adapted were being unveiled in the manga, and I desired nothing more than to see these moments translated to the screen. In 2017, the second season of Attack on Titan was finally announced. It was a time of joy. Watching season 2 was a dream come true. I was seeing my favourite characters again, hearing Hiroyuki Sawano's unmatched musical mastery blast my ears, witnessing gorgeous artwork and stunning animation and an opening by Linked Horizon that makes anyone who hears it feels like they must give their hearts for humanity. Sasai-geyo! Sasai-geyo! It was like the 4 years between seasons 1 and 2 didn't matter anymore. Shortly after season 2 ended, a third season was announced. Titan was back, and it was here to stay. Attack on Titan became to me what Harry Potter was before it. I felt like I grew up alongside the characters and story of Harry Potter, and after it ended, I didn't feel like anything could have the same impact on me again, allowing me to grow with characters in a world that fascinated me. 15-year-old me had no idea he had just found the next series he would grow up with when he sat down to watch the first episode of Attack on Titan. Growing up with one series is amazing, but to grow up with two, both spanning 10 years, is something truly special. Both are experiences I wouldn't trade for the world, because it goes beyond sitting down in front of the TV to watch something. You become a part of a community. You become interested in it on a deeper level. You go out of your way to learn everything about the world and its characters, the symbolism, poetry, the creators behind it, and you want to share your love of it with the world. Without a doubt, Attack on Titan has my favourite first episode of any TV series, not limited to anime. It introduces us to the world where its inhabitants live within gigantic walls, shielding them from the threat of the man-eating titans. We learn that the titans mysteriously appeared 100 years ago, as did the walls in which the humans reside. The hot-headed main protagonist Eren Yeager wants to join the Survey Corps, one of the 3 military factions. The Survey Corps explores the world outside of the walls. After learning that Eren wants to join the Survey Corps, his father promises to show Eren secret information that is locked safely within their home basement. Secrets about the world. Eren's parents adopted a girl called Mikasa, who Eren's mother instructs her to look out for Eren as he has a knack for getting into trouble. From a young age, Mikasa was incredibly strong. Her emotional attachments to those she cares about, however, are stronger. Mikasa chooses to use her strength to protect those she cares about, especially Eren. Eren's closest friend, Armin, desires to go beyond the walls to see the wonders of the world. Armin retains a childlike innocence and wonder that the majority of the characters lose not long into the story. Armin is bullied for being different, for being small and weak, for being interested in books and the world outside of the walls. Armin resists help when it is offered because he doesn't want to be helpless. He wants to grow. On that day, humanity received a grim reminder. Gripping the top of the walls was a hand, the hand of a titan whose body is made of flesh. The colossal titan strikes down the walls, blasting away the only barrier between the humans and the bloodthirsty titans. After failing to save his mother, Eren vows for revenge against the titans, expressing a desire to kill every last one. This setup is spectacular. There's intrigue, drama, characters with layers, themes like mystery, death, grief, hope, oppression, abuse, freedom, fear, revenge, ignorance, hate, regret, loss, and so many more are on display. Many of the themes have been relevant throughout all of human history, which makes Attack on Titan timeless. The setup creates a solid foundation for what is to come. How Attack on Titan started small, black and white even, with the humans being the good guys and the Titans being the mindless monsters. That alone would have made Attack on Titan a fun and engaging show. But Titan is more than that. It goes beyond exploring different shades of grey. It unleashes the entire colour palette. There are heroes on all corners of the map, just as there are monsters among them. There comes a point in the show where you can no longer point a finger at a character, nation, or even a titan and say that's the enemy. The series becomes nuanced. The people around the world are told different stories about how history played out. A history that is used to justify the oppression and persecution of a people. A history used to justify war, fear, and terror. Attack on Titan tackles these dark, offensive, and tricky subjects in a tasteful way. We see how each character's worldview is influenced by their surroundings, where they are from, and who they were influenced by. Eren was brought up in a cage. He wanted nothing more than to tear down the walls despite the danger behind them. He gained a taste for revenge after his mother and home were destroyed. Eren's journey was one that involved multiple stages, and Eren's lack of wisdom and fiery attitude was responsible for many mistakes along the way. There are significant moments where we see Eren's growth, such as when Jean tells Eren that many people died to save him and that their sacrifice don't have to be in vain if Eren perseveres. In the past, Eren would have lashed out at Jean for making a statement bearing so much weight, but Eren responds in earnest, saying that Jean is right. In the second arc of the third season, where the scouts reclaim Eren's hometown, Eren is at his best. He becomes decisive, strong, careful, more humble, a team player. He begins to recognize people for their individual strengths, and the bond he shares with his comrades, his friends, is greater than ever before. It is here where he stops resenting Mikasa out of jealousy of her abilities. One of the most impactful moments in the entire series is when Eren and the scouts encounter a Titan, one that is vulnerable, one that cannot hurt them. Eren has let go of his vendetta against the Titans. He chooses to let this Titan live. Eren had grown exponentially to go from a bloodthirsty child to a mindful adult. Unfortunately, Eren takes a turn for the worse. After awakening the Founding Titan's ability to see into the future, Eren becomes a devastating force. He severs friendships, lies, and manipulates his way to achieve what he has foreseen. With the power of the Titans, Eren destroys the world. An ending so bleak and horrifying is unprecedented. A small fraction of the world survives the storm Eren unleashes, a fraction that is determined for more bloodshed, even after the power of the Titans is removed from the world. The scary thing is, this outcome was the one where more people survived than any other foreseeable future. Eren had to act, or there would be nothing left. He gave his friends, the people he cares about the most, a chance to live a long life. Gabi is a reflection of Eren. She embodied everything Eren did at the beginning of Titan. Gabi was determined to prove her worth in the military to earn the Armored Titan, giving her family in the concentration camps in Mali an honorary name. Her friend, Falco, is protective of her, much like how Mikasa is protective of Eren. On the day Eren unleashes his Titan on Marley, Gabi becomes resentful, bloodthirsty for revenge against the island of Paradis. She takes Sasha's life and is imprisoned by the Eldians of Paradis. After many trials and mistakes and violence, Gabi goes through a metamorphosis. She begins to understand that the Eldians are not the enemy. There was never an enemy. She was brought up in a world of lies. Gabi became the hero Eren should have been. She gathered and fought alongside people from both sides of a war to put an end to the bloodshed. She owed up to her past mistakes by being reliable and repaying everyone through her actions. Where Eren walked a path of isolation, Gabi became a driving force for forming a team, working with her comrades, friends, and even family to stop the rumbling. These two characters, Eren and Gabi, epitomize everything Attack on Titan excels at. Foreshadowing, poetic storytelling. They wear their themes for the series on their sleeves, and they are layered. The characters in Attack on Titan, big and small, have left a profound effect on us. Mikasa and her inner battle with grief and loss. She doesn't have any grand desires beyond being with her loved ones, which is something the cruel yet beautiful world continuously takes from her. Armin struggles with self-worth. He rejects help, and a great pressure is placed on him after Erwin is sacrificed to save Armin. Levi is cursed with survival. Everyone he ever cared about, anyone he called a friend, ends up dead. Even at the brink of death himself, Levi perseveres. Levi's philosophy of making choices you feel you will regret the least is something I took to heart. You never know what the outcome of your choices will be, so make the choices you feel will leave you with fewer regrets. This philosophy is at play in one of Titan's definitive moments, where Levi has to choose between saving Armin or Erwin's life. The weight of sacrificing one life for another is unbearable. Levi made the choice he felt he'd regret the least. Sasha, Connie, Jean, Peak, Reiner, and so many other characters offer something to the story. Like Sasha and Connie's idiocy, their genuine bond and carefree attitude was something we loved. Every moment of the two of them together brought a warming feeling to us. The loss of Sasha had a big impact on both the story and everyone watching. Reiner is a character I felt a strong connection with. He is a victim of circumstance. His head has been in a dark place. He didn't always know what to do, but through the aid of his friends and family, he gained his strength. He fought for them, for what he thought was right, and regains the trust and friendship of those he betrayed. Peak, on top of just being a great and funny character, always brought an air of gravitas to the situation. She was able to think on her feet and stay ahead of everyone. She is a type to only speak when she has something meaningful to add. Characters like Marco and Petra may not have had much time to shine, but shine they did. Marco's death acted as the root for Jean's character development, allowing Jean to obtain a greater understanding of what he and his comrades are up against, how a huge event can affect your future decisions and mold you into the best version of yourself. Annie, like Peak, was always a step ahead, though she saw the world through a grim lens. She found love, she found more reasons to live and fought for them, Attack on Titan always found a way to tie the characters tightly to the themes. They are always serving a greater purpose to the story. I feel truly privileged I got the opportunity to grow alongside these characters. The animation for Attack on Titan is out of this world. The fast and intense sequences propelled by the 3D maneuver gear are visually stunning. The use of CGI backgrounds blended perfectly with the 2D character animation is an achievement the animators of the show should be proud of. The CGI for the most part is incredible. There are a few moments where the CGI Titans stick out like a sore thumb, but most of the time you wouldn't be able to tell the difference between the 2D and 3D animated Titans. Artwork of the landscape in Titan is something I want to draw attention to. Each arc in Attack on Titan uses a different color palette to help distinguish them, and the art showcasing this the best is when we are shown the beautiful landscape. The first arc, for example, uses browns and reds as its base colour, where the second arc uses green and brown earth tones. The design of the world is exemplary. So much attention is given to the architecture. The politics and history of the world have a direct effect on where and how people live, and this is portrayed through the art of the series. Titan doesn't have the creative license to give characters green spiky hair and ultra unrealistic body proportions. It gives us grounded character designs. The characters are recognizable by their silhouettes. The style used for the characters is distinct. It's very close to realism, but there are a few creative liberties at play. The style makes the characters look slightly slimmer, trimmed down the sides. The music is the last aspect of the show I want to touch on. The soundtrack composed by the masterful Hiroyuki Sawano is truly incredible. He adds an audible weight to the grand epic moments in the series that elevates them to a much higher level. A moment where everyone's jaws dropped was when Reiner and Bertolt revealed themselves to be the colossal and armoured Titans. An aspect of that scene that affected us was the song that played during this scene. You See Big Girl. This song had such a huge effect that many of us wanted this music to play during the sequence where Eren starts the assault on Marley. In fact, when I was reading the manga, I, like many others, played this song in my head when reading. Where it definitely would have been a great fit in this scene for the anime, the music choice used was exemplary. You See Big Girl is from the second season and is a rendition of one of my favourite songs from the first season, Vogel in Kafig. Call of Silence is another song from the second season, which I and many of you hold dear, but it is a rendition of the song Eyewater from the first season. Creating multiple renditions of the songs complements the series as Attack on Titan is constantly building on its foundations. The music is doing the same thing as the visuals, where Titan will poetically refer to moments of importance through using visuals that rhyme with the past to demonstrate how much Titan has built from its foundations. Every opening and ending song by Linked Horizon or other were incredible. Gurren no Yamiya has become a part of pop culture due to its recognition. Sasageyo will make you feel patriotic for a country that doesn't even exist. Red Swan wells me up every time I hear it. The imagery and music blends together to create an emotional opening song. I could go on for hours about each opening and ending song and how much I love them, but there is one I can't watch anymore without my feelings being hit by a metaphorical freight train. Akuma no Ko. Every time I hear this song, I am reminded that the journey has been long. I am reminded how much I love this world, these characters, how the song indicated that it was nearly over, and I didn't want it to end. Sure, the manga ended a few years ago, but I didn't feel like it was over yet. The anime was still ongoing. I had more time, but time ran out. Attack on Titan took us on a 10-year journey, one that sought to make us wiser and better. A journey that allowed us to grow close to and grow up with the most incredible cast of characters. Immersed us in an enriched world that reflects our own, the good and the bad. I will never forget the excitement I felt when this series came back after 4 long years of nothing. I will never forget how this series has affected me. I will never forget what this series means to me. Goodbye, Attack on Titan.
花のように秘めた言葉は誰にも告げずゆく